All right, let's dive into outsourcing. For CPA firms, this can be a total game changer, or let's be honest, a complete and utter headache. In this explainer, we are going to break down the playbook for turning outsourcing from a huge potential pitfall into a really powerful strategic advantage.
I mean, just imagine it for a second. Your firm is running like a well-oiled machine. You're handling more work, your in-house team isn't burnt out, and they're freed up for that high-value advisory work. That's the dream, right? That is the promise of strategic outsourcing.
But, if it's so great, why do so many firms stumble with it? Well, the truth is, success here is not automatic. It's all about avoiding some really common and totally preventable mistakes. So let's get into it.
First things first, building a solid foundation. Before we even start talking about cool tech or some grand strategy, we have to get the fundamentals right. And that means your processes and your people.
And here is mistake number one, and it is a big one. Just assuming your offshore team is going to magically figure out your workflows. I'm telling you, this is a recipe for disaster. Without clear, standardized processes, you're basically just inviting miscommunication, errors, and delays right from day one.
So the solution is to build a playbook. And I mean document everything, from bookkeeping and payroll all the way to tax prep. Use workflow management tools so you can assign tasks and see the progress. And this is key. You have to conduct regular reviews. A structured, consistent workflow, it's simply non-negotiable. Okay, mistake number two. This is a biggie. It's treating your offshore team like some kind of black box that you just throw work into. Look, they're not just a vendor. They are an extension of your firm. If you don't invest in them with proper onboarding, you just can't expect top-tier results. It's that simple.
So instead, think of it as a real investment. Give them comprehensive onboarding with super clear process manuals. Offer continuous training on software and compliance. And please include them in firm updates. Make them feel like part of the team because, well, they are.
All right, so with your people and processes in a good place, it is time to secure your infrastructure. And this means locking down two absolutely critical pillars, compliance and technology.
Now, this one should be obvious, but you'd be surprised how many fall into this trap. Focusing only on cost savings while totally neglecting IRS, GAAP, and data security requirements, you are playing with fire. This can lead to serious penalties, audits, and frankly, do some major damage to your firm's reputation. The only way to do this is with a security-first approach. That means making sure your offshore staff are trained in U.S. accounting standards. It means implementing strong internal controls and secure file sharing, and it means regularly auditing the work. This, again, is absolutely non-negotiable. Here's another common myth, that outsourcing all by itself is going to magically solve all of your efficiency problems. It won't. If your offshore team is working with outdated or disconnected tools, you're not getting rid of the bottleneck, you're just moving it to a different country. This is where technology becomes a real force multiplier. Cloud software gives everybody real-time access. Project management dashboards give you total visibility. And automation, well, it just handles all those repetitive tasks, freeing up your team for the work that actually matters. This is how you supercharge your entire strategy.
All right, we're in the final section. With the foundation and infrastructure in place, let's really focus on execution. The daily habits that separate the good firms from the truly great ones.
Out of sight, out of mind? Yeah, that's not a winning strategy. Distance can so easily create communication gaps, and those gaps lead to misunderstandings, errors, and a whole lot of frustration on both sides of the partnership. The answer here is to be proactive. You've got to schedule regular check-ins and video calls. Use collaboration tools like instant messaging for that real-time problem solving. And maybe most importantly, create a culture where asking questions isn't just okay, it's encouraged. Trust me, it's way better to over-communicate than to under-communicate. Now, this one is a little subtle, but it's a critical error. Not all accounting work is created equal. If you assign complex, high-judgment advisory work to a brand new offshore team without the right guidance, you're setting them and your firm up for failure. So the smart play here is strategic allocation. You start with the repetitive, high-volume tasks. Think bookkeeping, reconciliations, payroll. You keep the complex, client-facing advisory work in-house, at least at the beginning. Then, as that trust and competence grows, you can gradually expand what they're responsible for. You've heard it before. You can't manage what you don't measure. If you're not tracking performance, you're basically just guessing. You have no real data to tell you if this whole outsourcing thing is actually saving you money, making you more efficient, or maybe even creating new problems. The key is to monitor the right key performance indicators.
Track things like the average turnaround time for tax returns, error rates per 100 transactions, client satisfaction scores. This data is pure gold. It tells you exactly what's working and pinpoints where you need to improve.
So, before we wrap up, let's address the elephant in the room. It's the question every single CPA has when they think about this move. Is my client data actually safe?
And the answer is a resounding yes. If, and that's a big F, you have the right protections in place. We're talking about secure platforms, strict role-based access to information, and end-to-end encryption protocols. With a modern security-first partner, this is absolutely manageable.
And ultimately, this is the core message. The benefits of outsourcing, we're talking cost savings, efficiency, scalability, they are massive, but they are never, ever automatic. It's all about the strategy.
So, the question I want to leave you with is this. Are you just looking to be a little more efficient, or are you ready to fundamentally transform how your firm operates, how it serves clients, and how it grows? Because avoiding these mistakes isn't just about preventing problems, it is about unlocking that full potential. The real question is, are you ready for that?